All right, it's that time again. It's time for Harbor Freight's 30% under 10 unless you're inside track, and then it's 30% under 20. Anything under $20 if you're inside track, and you are, right, is you're going to save 30%, not 10, not 20, 30%. That's a nice chunk of change, and trust me, it adds up. Now, a lot of people think of this sale as the consumable sales, and I get it. You're stocking up on sandpaper and whatnot and all the other little bits that you normally may not buy, but now at 30% off, I mean, those sales, the deals add up, okay? But there's a lot of other stuff that a lot of people don't think about. We want to talk to you about that think maybe you want to add to your cart as well. So let's jump into them. Before we do, though, I want to thank today's sponsor, and that is Insurify. Huge shout out to Insurify for sponsoring today's video. Now let's talk real life for just a second. You ever open up your car insurance renewal notice and you just have to laugh? I mean, honestly, though, it's not funny because these prices have gotten out of control. But what can you do? Well, last year I bought a new truck, as a lot of you know, and I was prepared for a little bit of a bump in my premium, but it looks like I got hit with a second truck payment. Anyway, it's weird because it's like, it's the same driving habits, the same back roads. Suddenly I'm paying 30% more for what? I mean, it's the same insurance at the end of the day. Anyway, that's where Insurify comes in. It's a free online tool that lets you compare real quotes from top insurers, and it gives it to you side by side. You're not just like looking at one and going, okay, no, you get a side-by-side comparison between the two. There's no long forms to fill out, no weird pop-ups, and then the part I hate is when you fill out the thing and they say they're going to give you something and they don't, and then some dude, Ron, is calling you up asking you if you need a boat policy, and I'm like, Ron, I don't have a boat. I should get a boat. But anyway, point is, you just enter your information and boom, quotes from real companies you know and you trust. Insurify can help you save up to 50% on your insurance. And that's not pocket change, folks. That's money you could be spending on, I don't know, tools or saving for the family or kids going to college. Oh my gosh. Anyway, or you know what? You could even get another truck. Of course, rates and availability may vary. You can check the full terms over at insurify.com. All right, but here's the kicker. Insurify puts these companies in competition for your business. They're not calling the shots anymore. They got a bid, and they know someone else is bidding right along with them. So that puts you in the driver's seat, and that's really where you should be. You wouldn't walk into the first hardware store and just grab the first tool you see and pay for it, do you? That's not what we do around here. You're going to shop around first and do some comparisons, and that's where you make sure you're getting your best value. So anyway, just go click on the link down below. You can compare your quotes and potentially cut your insurance bill in, almost in half. It's free, it's fast, and honestly, it just makes sense. Anyway, big thanks again to Insurify for supporting the channel and helping regular folks take back some of the control over what we pay, as things are going today. All right, let's get back to the good stuff. First up, we got new items just released. We got the U.S. General magnetic accessories here for your toolbox. Of course, now they're in slate gray, but you don't have to get them in gray. You can get them blue, green, of course, in white, like the right color here. Here you go, $14.99. You're going to get 30% off on that one. We got the magnetic tray there with the screwdriver holes in it. We got the screwdriver slots with the spray can holders as well. And of course, the paper towel holder. I'm a big fan of these. I use them for coat racks, cord holders, and also, guess what, for holding paper towels. But let's keep going. We got to talk about the Harbor Freight hat, right? Come on. I've mentioned this before. This is a quality hat. I'm just saying, just like as a guy with a bald head, got to protect my noggin during the summer. I wear a lot of hats, as it were, and this is a really good quality hat, and it's on sale. They're normally selling it for $7. Well, you're going to knock 30% off that. That's going to take it to under $5, which for a good quality hat, if you like the retro trucker kind of styling, I do. I think it's a pretty nice hat. Anyway, let's keep going. We got the Bauer Titanium's high-speed steel drill bit set here. So not your little cheap little Pittsburgh or whatever the other one is. I can't remember, the Warrior or whatnot. This is the 21-piece speed steel drill bit set here. Say that 5 times fast. Anyway, $20, you're going to save 30% off that. That's going to knock it down to like $14. All right, how about this? The Bauer cordless glue gun. This thing's great. Talk about a really useful cordless tool. A lot of you probably don't have this. This is a great time to pick it up at $14 on that one. We got the polisher here. Of course, it's springtime. Your time to get that car looking nice out there, right? Grab yourself one of the polishers here. This is, again, the cordless one. It's going to be tool only here. You got to bring your own batteries, but at $14, why not? All right, we got the detail sander. Again, I don't have to describe why this is a good deal. $14 on that one. Let's keep going. Now this, we got a whole bunch to look at here because I got to tell you, every time I see this sale, my thought first goes to pliers. I'm going to get all the pliers. All the pliers. And now you've got a choice, because it used to just be the Doyle ones, but now we got Icon and Doyle. Let's take a look at them here. So we got the inline wire strippers here. We've got, there's my mouse, there we go. We got the lineman pliers. And this is Icon, this is Doyle. Over here, Doyle, we got the fast pump, aka the Cobra style. We got more Doyle. Now we got the Icon. We got more Doyle here. Look at that. These are great ones here. Look at this high performance groove joint pliers here coming in at 20 bucks. That's going to be $14. Here we go. The pistol grip, 10-inch pistol grip pliers. You got to grab some of those. The adjustable channel pliers, your basic, slip joint pliers. Again, more with the pistol grip pliers. There's so much here to go after between the Doyle and the Icon. Heavy end nippers, side cutters. I'm a big fan of the Doyle, but the Icon stuff is really nice as well. So this is definitely the stock up on pliers kind of sale. That's what I always think about when the sale pops up, is I'm going to build out any of the pliers that I'm missing, or if you want to step up all your plier game, this is the sale to do it, all right? Now let's go through some of the other stuff. We got the hook and pick set. I picked this up years ago. And yeah, I've got one of the cheap ones and they work good enough, but this is a really nice little set. Really good handles on it. It feels comfortable. And for $14, this is kind of a must have. We got the Icon, the soft face dead blow hammer, 16 ounce here. It's going to be $14. How about just your standard steel nailing hammer? This is just your general around the house. It's not, I know I talk about framing hammers and stuff like that, but this is just your general household hammer, 16 ounces, nice curve there on the claw. It's, again, $14 on that. How about this? We're bringing the power with 4-pound steel cross-peen hammer here. This thing's $18. It's going to be, was it $1.80 times 3? You do the math on it. It's going to be less than $14. I can tell you that. And let's see. We got all the ultra-wide Hercules Magnum 25-inch. I'm trying to keep it straight, guys. I am. I know you can do it too. Ribbed for her pleasure. I couldn't do it. Anyway, $18 on that one with 30% off on top of that. This is a great pickup here. The super long extension 3-piece set here from Pittsburgh. No, it's not Icon or something cool like that, but how often are you using extensions like this? You don't need to pay top dollar for the average DIYer. Heck, I don't know, maybe a pro can even get away with these things. But for 20 bucks, that's a nice 3-piece set to pick up. And at $14, it's an even better set. All right, this is a must-have. We got the 1/2-inch drive impact flip socket set. So what this is you got the adapter here. It's going to basically give you 4 sockets in the palm of your hand, impact rated. These are basically your standard lug nut sockets, all right? This is a great set to have. You do a lot with cars, maybe to throw in a car or a truck if you're working, because you're like, well, I only need it for mine, but come on. You're a neighborly sort of person. The wife may have something. The kids are calling you. Their car's got a problem. The neighbor's got a problem. Somebody at church has got a problem. You're going to want to have the sockets on hand. And for, was it 17? It's going to be like 12 bucks, something like that. It's a great set to pick up and just keep in your car or your truck along with your other tools. All right, we got the Chicago Electric rotary tool. I've talked about this one before. My son, you remember, he bought it for some hobby project. I've kind of absconded with it since then. This thing's got a decent amount of power in it. I was really surprised at how good the quality of the build on this is. It's lasted years and years at this point, and for $14, that is definitely a pickup, in my book. All right, how about this one? Bet you weren't thinking you were gonna get a toolbox with this sale. We got the U.S. General Mini Steel Toolbox in red, black, or blue, and it's $19, and it's going to fall in that 30% off category. We got the Bauer bag with 6 pockets, 16-inch. We got the Hercules bag, basically the same thing. So you can go Bauer red or Hercules blue, your choice there. I love these kind of bags. They're great for all sorts of stuff besides tools. Then we got, look at this. This is a definite one. This is the replacement handle for any of the steel Daytona jacks, okay? And what it does is all the other jacks, you're like, well, I already got it comes with a jack handle, right? Well, those handles are 2-piece, and they've got some slop in them. They're okay, they're fine. They work. I mean, I don't really complain about it, but then I tried one of these at SEMA, I think it was a year or 2 years ago, whenever it came out, and I'm like, this is something that I think people are gonna pick up for 20 bucks. You get it's slightly longer than the standard handle. It's one piece. It feels a lot more secure. Makes a great breaker bar. Not that I'm suggesting you do that. Anyway, at 20 bucks, it's a solid deal. At $14, come on, you know you want one. All right, then let's keep going. This is one that a lot of people don't think about is all these name brand kind of products here. We got the STP 2-cycle oil. We got the CRC cutting oil, Meguiar's ceramic wax, Meguiar's mirror glaze, WD-40 Rust-Oleum Premium. All of these things, which are normally, they're overpriced at Harbor Freight. They're not the kind of thing you go to Harbor Freight for. They're the kind of thing like you're there, you're picking something up, and you're like, oh yeah, I could use one of those. But today might be the day, this weekend actually might be the weekend to actually go to Harbor Freight for this stuff, because at 30% off name brand products, those are going to be as good or better than any like the Amazon prices or the other online prices that you're going to see, or any other store prices for that matter. So talk about a time to stock up. You got that cabinet full of, cutting oil and lubricants and greases and stuff like that. DAP caulk, there's all sorts of stuff in there, grease packs, all those kind of name brand products that you just kind of scoff at when you're walking through the aisles at Harbor Freight because you're like, they're overpriced. This is the time to pick them up. And I mean like all of them. So anyway, if you've got any other products that you think are good ones that people should think about, put it down below in the comments. While you're down there, don't forget to chomp the old like button, smash the subscribe, ring the bell on your way out. You all take care, God bless, and as always, shine on.